today's mindful moment. Welcome to our deep dive into Cassandra Clare's City of Bones.
The first book in the Mortal Instruments series.
If you're at all into urban fantasy, this one is definitely worth checking out.
Definitely.
So imagine this New York City, but there's this whole hidden world of these warriors called Shadowhunters.
Battling demons.
Exactly. And our main character, Clary, she thinks she's totally ordinary.
Right.
But
she's in for a big surprise.
yeah, a huge surprise.
So right off the bat,
Yeah.
Claire throws us into this scene
Okay.
that totally shatters Claire's reality.
Oh, I see.
We're talking a packed nightclub,
Okay.
music's thumping,
Uh-huh.
and out of nowhere,
Yeah.
3 teenagers,
Okay.
they just slay a demon
Wow.
with these crazy weapons.
It's like totally normal 1 minute and then bam.
Right.
Supernatural chaos.
Total juxtaposition.
Yeah. And I mean, at first, Clary's like, nope, not seeing it.
Of course. I mean,
Totally.
who would believe that? Right.
Exactly. Okay.
But as the story goes on, she keeps running into this undeniable proof of this hidden world.
Like what?
Well, there's this thing called a sensor.
A sensor?
Yeah, it's this magical tool
Okay.
that reacts to demons.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool.
So it's not just some random gadget.
Yeah.
It's like a sign
Exactly.
that Clary's waking up to who she really is.
Right. Like she's starting to see
Yeah.
the world in a whole new way.
So she's dealing with demons and Shadowhunters.
Yeah.
And then, boom,
What?
Worm, Jocelyn, vanishes. Gone. She comes home to an empty apartment.
Whoa.
No sign of her mom.
And that's a turning point.
For sure.
It throws Clary into this quest
Okay.
here to uncover her mom's secrets.
And it pulls her deeper into this
Right.
Shadowhunter world.
Exactly. And while she's investigating, we find out that Jocelyn, she used to be a shadow hunter herself.
Wow. So she was hiding her past. Big time.
And then we meet Madame Dorothea.
Oh, yeah. The witch.
Yeah, living in a sanctuary.
The safe place for downworlders.
Like vampires and werewolves.
And warlocks, too.
So Jocelyn knew this whole hidden community.
Makes you wonder.
I know, right? Why? All the secrets.
And then there's Clary's best friend, Simon.
Oh, yeah, Simon.
He gets pulled into this world, too.
Oh, how'd that happen?
Well, let's just say Magnus Bane's party.
Okay.
And Simon ends up transformed.
You know what?
A rat.
A rat? What?
Yeah, it's pretty funny, actually.
Wow, so we've got Magnus Bane.
High Warlock of Brooklyn.
He sounds like a character.
Oh, he is flamboyant.
Okay.
And totally sarcastic.
Yeah.
And powerful.
Right. I mean, turning someone into a rat.
You don't want to mess with him.
Not at all.
And speaking of places you don't want to mess with,
Okay.
there's the Hotel du Mort.
Hotel du Mort. What's that?
It's this creepy, rundown hotel,
Uh-huh.
but it's a haven for vampires.
Oh, no thanks.
It's like the opposite of the bustling city outside. Yeah, that makes sense.
And when Clary goes there,
Yeah.
it's a real turning point for her.
How so?
She starts facing her fears head on and embracing her powers.
That sounds intense.
Oh, it is?
So inside this creepy hotel, she runs into Raphael.
A vampire.
Of course.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
He actually warns her about the dangers ahead.
Really? So not all vampires are bad?
It's complicated.
You're telling me.
There's a lot of history between Shadowhunters and Downworlders.
Inflict, I bet.
You could say that.
But Clary needs to know more.
About her mom and her heritage.
So where does she go?
To the Silent City.
Silent City.
Headquarters of the Silent Brothers.
And who are they?
Well, they're these mysterious figures.
Okay.
They're covered in runes.
Rude.
Yeah, these magical symbols.
Find it.
And they guard this ancient knowledge.
Sounds intense.
They can even access memories.
Whoa.
Which is super important for Clary.
So Silent City is like totally different from the city.
Oh, totally.
It's all about secrets and history.
Again, sacrifice.
Right. These Shadowhunters, they give up a lot to protect people.
They do. And within the Silent City, there's this powerful artifact, the Mortal Cup.
The Mortal Cup.
Yeah. And this guy, Valentine.
Who's Valentine?
A rogue shadow hunter.
Okay.
He's desperate to get his hands on it.
I see.
And here's where things get crazy.
Okay.
Clary finds out her mom was part of this group.
What group?
The Circle, led by Valentine.
Yeah.
They wanted to overthrow the shadow hunter world.
Wow. So not the mom she thought she knew.
Not even close.
Okay.
And then there's Luke Garroway.
Luke? Jocelyn's friend.
Yeah, he's been protecting Clary.
But he's hiding something too, right?
Big time. He's a werewolf.
A werewolf.
Yeah,
leading a double life.
So he's loyal to his pack.
And to Jocelyn and Clary.
That's a lot to juggle.
It is. And then at the Institute.
The Shadowhunter headquarters.
Exactly. We find out Hodge Starkweather.
The weapons Yeah, he's been working for Valentine.
Betrayal.
It's a dangerous world.
For sure.
You can't trust just anyone.
So what happens next?
Well, there's a big confrontation.
Where?
At Renwick's Ruin, this abandoned hospital,
Good.
where Valentine's holding Jocelyn.
Oh, wow.
You've got Shadowhunters, werewolves, vampires.
Everyone's involved.
And loyalties are tested.
I bet. And Luke.
Yeah.
He reveals he's a werewolf to Clary.
He's incredibly loyal.
I mean, putting himself out there like that.
It's a huge risk.
But Valentine, he gets away.
With the mortal cup.
Oh, man.
And he drops a bombshell.
What bombshell?
Jace is his son.
Wow.
Yeah, Valentine's son.
That changes everything.
Doesn't it? Now Clary doesn't know who to trust.
And after all that,
yeah,
Jocelyn's still in a coma.
Leaving Luke completely lost.
That's like, even after the battle, there are still so many unanswered questions.
So many.
So, Jace, being Valentine's son,
it's a huge twist.
It really makes you think about where his loyalties lie.
You can't help but wonder.
Right. Is he going to follow in his father's footsteps?
It's like nature versus nurture, you know.
Exactly.
And Claire doesn't make it easy for us.
No, she keeps us guessing.
Which makes Jace such an interesting character.
Totally. Like, you're never quite sure what he's going to do next.
He keeps you on your toes.
And then you've got Clary.
Yeah.
Totally drawn to Jace.
Despite all the danger.
And mystery.
Their connection is intense.
For sure. But there's a lot of baggage there.
Yeah. Valentine's manipulation casts a long shadow.
And then there's Simon.
The ever-faithful best friend.
Right. Totally devoted to Clary.
He brings this whole other layer of emotion to the story.
Yeah. He represents stability.
Yeah. The familiar.
But Clary's also drawn to the excitement. The danger.
Which Jace embodies perfectly.
It's like the classic love triangle.
With a supernatural spin.
One of the things that really struck me
was
how Claire blends mythology and folklore into modern-day New York.
Oh, totally.
Like these Shadowhunters.
Yeah.
With their angelic roots and
their
all...
swing demons.
It draws on all these ancient beliefs.
She weaves them in so well.
Right. And the vampires.
Oh, yeah, the vampires.
They're not just mindless monsters.
No, they have their own society.
Their own rules.
Their own internal conflicts, even.
It's fascinating.
And the way she describes New York City.
I know, right?
So vivid.
She makes it an integral part of the story.
Not just a backdrop.
Like those hidden alleyways.
The Gothic architecture.
And the nightlife.
All become this playground for Shadowhunters and Downworlders.
I love how Clary's artistic talent plays a role in her Shadowhunter abilities.
Her ability to see runes.
Right, those magical symbols.
It's tied to her creativity.
In her unique way of seeing the world.
It's like her art is more than just a hobby.
Totally.
It's a sign of her inner strength.
I love that.
And, you know, the book doesn't shy away from addressing prejudice.
Discrimination.
Even in this fantastical world.
The Downworlders face so much suspicion.
And distrust.
Even though they're allied with the Shadowhunters.
It's like a reflection of our own world, you know?
Absolutely.
Claire's using this dynamic to explore these issues of social hierarchy.
And then you have Clary...
caught between these two worlds.
Right, half Shadowhunter, half mundane.
Not fully belonging to either.
Gives her a unique perspective.
She can see the flaws on both sides.
I gotta say, that ending...
Oh, man. Talk about a cliffhanger.
Valentine escaping with the mortal cup.
Jace's true allegiance, still a mystery.
And Jocelyn's fate hanging in the balance.
She leaves you
wanting more.
Desperate for the next book.
It's like she wraps up this immediate conflict, but then opens up all these new possibilities.
It makes you think, what does it mean to be a Shadowhunter?
In a world where good and evil are constantly shifting.
And how far would you go?
To protect the people you love.
Even if it means defying authority.
Those questions stay with you long after you finish the book.
It makes you examine your own beliefs.
About loyalty, about family. It's so much more than just an action-packed fantasy.
It's a story that makes you think about what it means to be human.
As we wrap up our deep dive into City of Bones, I'm curious, what were your overall impressions?
Well, I was really blown away by the world building. It's like she takes these familiar elements and blends them with this amazing fantasy world.
I know, it's so believable.
Right. and enchanting at the same time.
Totally.
The Shadowhunter Society, their history, their rituals.
The weapons, it's all so intricate.
And I loved how she used real New York City landmarks.
Oh, yeah.
Makes the world feel even more real.
Exactly.
Like there's this hidden magic right beneath the surface.
Always there.
And the characters.
Oh, the characters are fantastic.
So well developed.
With their own story.
Their own motivations.
It's hard not to get invested in them.
I have to say, the female characters really stood out for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Clary, Isabel, Jocelyn.
Strong, independent women.
Who defy expectations. They don't let society define them.
Each one embodies strength in a different way.
Clary with her resilience.
Isabel with her fierceness.
Jocelyn with her unwavering protectiveness.
And they're not afraid to challenge the status quo.
Even in the Shadowhunter world.
It's so refreshing.
To see female characters taking charge.
Shaping their own destinies.
And their relationships with each other, they're just as compelling.
Like Clary and Isabel.
Starting as rivals.
And then forming this bond.
It's a testament to female solidarity.
It really is.
City of Bones, it's more than just action and fantasy.
It's about self-discovery.
Challenging what we think is possible.
The power of love and family.
Even when facing the impossible.
So any final thoughts for our listeners?
This book is a portal to a world where anything is possible.
Where magic and reality collide.
It reminds us there's always more to discover.
Within ourselves and the world around us.
If you want a story that will spark your imagination
and keep you hooked,
definitely check out City of Bones.
We've only just scratched the surface of this world.
There's so much more to explore.
So pick up a copy, get lost in the story,
and let us know what you think. And if you enjoyed this deep dive,
be sure to subscribe to our channel.
We'll be exploring more amazing books and series.
And don't forget to share this episode.
And leave a comment.
Let us know your thoughts on City of Bones.
Until next time, happy reading.
Keep exploring.
And never stop diving deep.